Hello friends and welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna tell you one action and adventurous story. The title is The Manipur Adventure with Warriors. So let's start the story. Long before time was measured by calendars and borders, the land of Manipur stretched endlessly in shades of green. Hills rose gently like guardians at rest. Rivers moved with quiet wisdom, and forest breathed with a life so deep that even the wind seemed careful not to disturb it. This land did not belong to kings or armies. It belonged to those who protected it. Among its valleys grew two boys who would one day become its shield. Samik was shaped by silence. From an early age, he listened more than he spoke, observed more than he acted. He learned the weight of the soil beneath his feet and the language of leaves wrestling before danger. His strength did not lie in aggression but in control. Every moment measured, every decision grounded in purpose. Hardik was different. Where Samik was still water, Hardik was fire. He ran faster, laughed louder, and charged forward without hesitation. His courage burned openly, sometimes recklessly, but never selfishly. He trusted the land and trusted Samik even more. They were not bound by blood, yet their bond was stronger than family. They trained together under ancient trees, speared beside rivers, and tested themselves against rain, heat, and exhaustion. When one faltered, the other remained standing. When one doubted, the other believed. The elders often watched them in silence, knowing the land itself was shaping something rare. As the years passed, peace rested lightly over Manipur, but peace was never permanent. One season, smoke rose where green hills should have remained untouched. Villages near the forest edges began to empty. The silence heavier than any scream. The land was being wounded. Samik and Hardik felt it before they were told. The forests grew restless, birds fled earlier than usual, rivers carried an unfamiliar bitterness. Without command or ceremony, the two warriors prepared themselves. They did not seek recognition, only responsibility. They entered the forest together, moving as one presence rather than two. The green canopy above filtered sunlight into shifting patterns, and every step demanded awareness. This was not a place for reckless bravery or fearful retreat. It required balance, and balance was what they embodied. The first signs of conflict came swiftly. Broken branches, disturbed soil, fear lingering in the air. When danger struck, it struck suddenly. But Samik and Hardik responded extensivity. They did not fight as individuals, they fought as single force. Hardik breaking through resistance with raw power. Samik guiding with precision. Each protected the other's blind side. Each trusted the other completely. When the threat passed, survivors emerged from hiding, shaking but alive. Samik and Hardik did not stay to be praised. Their work was not finished. The damage ran deeper than a single attack. As they moved farther, the land opened into a wide meadow, green and vast, peaceful enough to deceive even cautions. Dawn painted the grass gold, but danger waited beneath that beauty. The ambush was fierce. Surrounded and outnumbered, the warriors stood back to back, refusing to retreat. It was there that sacrifice demanded its price. Hardik was wounded while shielding Samik from a hidden strike. Blood darkened the grass that had once been untouched. For a moment, the world narrowed to breathe, pain and resolve. Samik did not abandon his position. Hardik did not surrender to weakness. Together they stood their ground, wounded but unbroken, drawing strength not from victory but from loyalty. The enemy retreated, unsettled not by defeat but the refusal of two warriors to fall apart. That night, as darkness settled over the forest, Samik and Hardik continued forward. They moved slowly now, not from fear but from understanding. Ahead lay the source of the wound, a stronghold carved into the edge of the forest where green life had been stripped away. Trees lay broken. Water ran polluted. The land itself seemed to recoil. They entered quietly. What they found hardened their resolve. Captives, fear, destruction, without reason. The two warriors worked together without hesitation, freeing the trapped, guiding them through safe paths, ensuring no one was left behind. When discovered, they did not flee, they stood firm, embodying the land refusal to be erased. The final clash was not glorious, it was necessary. Steel met steel, courage met cruelty, and unity overcame force. The enemy scattered, leaving behind silence and ruin. But silence can heal. With time, the forest began to breathe again. Water cleared, life returned, the land reclaimed what was taken. News traveled faster than footsteps. Villages spoke of two warriors who fought not for reward but for balance. The king himself offered wealth and honor, but Samik and Hardik accept neither. They returned to the valleys where they had grown, choosing anonymity over authority. They walked the same paths they once ran as boys. The land welcomed them as it had always, not with ceremony but with quiet acceptance. Their legend did not grow because of battles won or enemies defeated. It grew because they never stood alone, because courage was shared, because friendship became strength. Even now, when the hills of Manipur glow green after rain, elders say the land remembers. And when the wind moves through forest with unusual care, some believe it carries the echo of two warriors walking side by side, guardians not of power but of balance. Thank you for listening to my story.